The outback is a place of sublime beauty and of great contrast in weather, landscape and wildlife. For those who farm that country, however, drought is a constant threat, as are bushfires and floods. The land breeds a tough, hard-working, resilient kind of person, self-reliant, upfront, generous. You all know bits of Dorothea McKellar's poem, My Country. Mostly the second verse, probably. I love a sunburned country, of droughts and flooding rains. Yeah, that one. Well, the fourth verse reads, when sick at heart around us, we see the cattle die. Sounds like she's been there. It's just a poem, but the reality of drought is grim, particularly when you've just been through years of bushfires and floods. Imagine this is your back paddock after 4 years of drought. The paddock on which graze the cattle you rely on to feed your family. Even these folk and their neighbours in the cattle grazing lands of far north Queensland's dry tropics have been tested by these disasters, and they are disasters. Spiralling debt in the millions, little income for years, tested beyond endurance in some cases to family breakdown, drug and alcohol abuse, anxiety, depression and suicide. But 4 years ago, this extreme need was recognised and a special kind of counselling service born. Enabled by the generosity and foresight of the Primary Health Network and Etheridge Shire Council, Cris Jones of Sea Change Psychology began his home counselling service on a patch bigger than Tasmania. Home counselling that over 3.5 years meant 780 visits, each 30 minutes to 6 hours, sometimes longer, 115,000 kilometres travelled, 3 shredded tyres, 13 punctures and many close encounters with local wildlife. A counselling service in tune with the needs and culture of the graziers. Visiting station, cups of tea and a yarn, the lick run, out on the paddock, talking it through, saving marriages and lives, becoming a lifeline. Here's Mary Dixon from Etheridge.
People were really suffering. People couldn't sell cattle, people had no water, people had no grass, people were desperate.
Landholders like Mary and her family and neighbours have all come to rely on this counselling service. What makes it unique is home delivery, being there at the homestead, the safe place, where you can really talk to someone without being seen in town. It's about consistency, trust and privacy. Here's Miranda Ryan from Etheridge.
Cris has been coming out to visit us over a number of years now, and it's just really good to have that consistency because we've got to know each other, and that's really important rather than seeing different people, because once you get to know someone you can really sort of open up and you trust them.
And Cris has indeed become a lifeline. Here's Inika McDowell from Perryvale.
Cris has provided a very, very valuable service that can be life-saving to a lot of people in this neck of the woods.
His service is greatly appreciated, as Greg and Carol Ryan from Green Hills told me.
We've been seeing Cris for a couple of years now. He offers a unique and great service, much appreciated by the people of the Etheridge and Croydon Shires, and we'd love to see it continue.
And the effects of the drought are not yet over, despite the drought declaration being lifted. But Cris now feels a broader need as well, dealing with ongoing mental health issues in the community, helping people recover from accidents, marriage stress or breakup, domestic violence, loss, grief, anxiety and depression. It's vital that Cris's service continues. Inika again.
His services are very, very much valued, and we trust that he's going to be able to keep supporting everyone in our shire.
And lastly, Barry Hughes, who with wife Tammy runs North Head Station and is chair of the Gulf Cattlemen's Association.
The service that Cris Jones supplies to the rural and regional parts of the Gulf country should be the blueprint for how service delivery is rolled out when it comes to dealing with the psychological well-being of our industry and our communities across this vast region. Cris has done an amazing job in bringing his services to this area, and he has actually saved lives. The program itself is groundbreaking, but it is very effective in being able to talk to people in a comfortable environment, one where they are at ease to open up and talk about the issues that are affecting their businesses as well as their families, and how that has impacted right across the landscape in the lower Gulf area of North Queensland. Well done, Cris. We certainly need a continuation and a security around this type of service delivery for the people of the bush, especially in the cattle industry, facing adversity, and it has been a well worth exercise, and we hope you're able to continue.
On behalf of Cris and the landholders, thanks for watching. We need to keep this lifeline in place in the dry tropics of FNQ and perhaps take the model to the rest of the outback. Your support would be warmly welcomed. Please get in touch. Contact details are in the credits. Thank you.